Good afternoon, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here again at Manulife. As you know, my name is Davies, and I've had the pleasure of meeting you many times before. It was a pleasure to be back here today talking about your specific requirements as it pertains to your business units here in North America.
Good to have you back, Rod.
Oh, thank you.
Before we start, I would just like to say that all of us here appreciate the amount of due diligence you've completed in preparing for today's presentation. And we're very excited to see what you have for us today.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. You know, part of the reason for us doing that amount of due diligence is to ensure that we fully understand each and every business unit and each and every key business stakeholders' individual needs and requirements as it pertains to this project. That's why we spend a lot of time doing that. And what that allows us to do then is actually build your agenda. We take that information with regards to your needs and requirements and put it in our agenda to ensure that our presentation is specific and tailored to you. So from the agenda that we've built for you today, we're going to run through the history and background, what got us to this point here today. Also, we're going to talk about the interactions today. And also, I think what's going to be critical is not just us talking about our understandings of your business requirements, but also to ensure that we fully understand and we are clear with regards to what your business requirements are as it pertains to these two business units here in the Americas.
Rod, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, please
I know today's meeting was specifically around our HCM needs for the Americas, but as you know, we're in many countries around the globe and expanding rapidly. Can you share some insights on how similar organizations address their needs, or their global needs, for payroll and HR, and what benefits they gain and the pain they removed for the global deployment?
Absolutely, and I do have a lot of information here I can share today, so is it alright if I jump out of this presentation and show you a bit of that information you're looking for today?
Sure.
Excellent. Just so happens, interesting enough, there's an ADP app for that.
That's great.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to fire the app up, and then what I want to do is dive into some information which I think is very similar to your organization. What I want to do is share some information with regards to Celastica, another great Canadian success story, very similar to your size and deployment. You have 30,000 people in over 30 countries. Celastica, 25,000 people in over 27 locations across the globe today. If it's okay, I think what would be a great benefit, I have a quick 2-minute video. Is it alright if I fire that video up and you can take a look at that?
That would be great.
Excellent. Could you dim the lights, and then what I'll do is I'll start the video. Thank you very much.
Celastica is located in 27 locations, and we have 25,000 employees. Having a global common platform for both HR and payroll has simplified our ability to onboard large volumes of people through acquisitions. ADP has the breadth and depth of understanding in terms of how to manage payroll and to be compliant in each and every country. Once we made the decision, we implemented 17 countries in 40 months. We have a solution for integrating new hires as a result of acquisitions in a very streamlined and methodical process. With the whole emphasis on business analytics, we felt that it was really important to have a common framework so that we had all of the information required to make decisions around our human capital. We've consolidated transactional activities into lower cost geographies. Now that we're on common platforms, it's easier to make those types of consolidation moves. The self-service capabilities that we're building with ADP in some of the e-forms, we want to reduce the dependency on paper processes and leverage technology to the maximum. We understand that employees want to have more control over their personal information. Therefore, we truly believe that providing them with access to their information anywhere, anytime, is really going to help with employee engagement as well as support the attraction of new employees. Celastica has grown, and ADP is everywhere we are.
Excellent. Can we turn the lights back up, please? So what I'd like to do is recap some of those key points that Linda shared with us, if that's okay. So with regards to how did ADP help Celastica globally? We were able to deploy a fully integrated global HRS platform across the globe, one single solution for across the globe. It was able to give them analytics and insight into information to help them optimize their human capital. And they see the human capital as being their greatest asset across the globe, that greatest asset being their employees. It's critical for them to understand where they are, how to utilize them, and to make sure those employees' needs and requirements are best served by their human capital team. But something that was critical to them is to increase employer and employee access to data and personal information anywhere, anytime across the globe, irrespective of what region they're in. Just finishing on, what was the net result for Scholastica? One common global platform, access to data and integrated information and integrated approach. When we completed the deployment of our solution with Scholastica, we asked Linda Moore quite simply, why did you choose ADP? What was the benefit of ADP? And for her, it was simple. Her CEO needed one singular version of the truth. And ADP was able to do that as a strategic partner to deploy one single solution, give them one point of access to that single version of the truth. Any questions?
No, thanks, Rod. That's exactly what I was looking for.
My pleasure.
As a global head of shared services and operations, my plan here is to get the Americas stable. Then, in phase 2, gain the same operational efficiencies that Linda at Scholastica have received around the globe that was just mentioned.
Absolutely.
Not to derail to the presentation anymore.
No, please carry on.
But I do have another topic I would like to ask you.
Certainly, please do.
With the size of our global population, we have great difficulty with regards to scheduling our workforce, ensuring we have a compliance with work rules and absence management. I know that John, our VP of IT, is starting a TLM project. Does ADP have a product that could address this?
Absolutely. And once again, have the information here. It's all right if we share that information before we jump back into our presentation.
Are we going back to the app?
Are we going back to the app? Absolutely. There's always an app for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up this section of the app here, which goes into our solutions. What I want to specifically dive into is our global time and attendance. Now, what we have the ability to do is deploy time and attendance globally. What we have, I'm just going to fire up this PDF here. What we have is our global solution that we call Enterprise E-Time. Now, one of the critical parts of this, and I think will be a great benefit for you now and in the future, is with regards to our Enterprise E-Time solution, it will fully integrate to everything we're talking about today. So today we're talking about HCM in North America, that being human resources and also payroll. Our TLM system has the ability to fully integrate into that. So essentially, as you grow, should you choose to grow this into your 30 countries, the TLM system will integrate into that. So your global HCM system becomes your single version of truth globally. That will then have the ability to push information into time and attendance. The time and attendance solution will then adopt and manage all your work rules, union rules, collective bargaining agreements, shift requirements. The information will then produce a zero to gross calculation for you. That gross calculation we then pass into your global payroll systems, and then we will produce the global and local gross to net calculations of payroll. All in a single integrated system.
Sounds amazing.
The nice part about it, all from a single trusted partner, that being ADP. Now, I know we just spoke about two things you wanted to specifically drill down on, one being scheduling and the other being asset management. Is it all right if I scroll down and just share a couple of bullet points on each of those subjects?
That'd be great.
Brilliant. So, excuse me while I scroll down through this, and I just want to get to the points which I think will be important to you with regards to our discussion here today. So what we have here is just a quick snapshot of our scheduling application within Enterprise E-Time. Nice part about it, it has the ability to accommodate all your work rules, your union rules, your collective bargaining agreement rules. This can be deployed from a global perspective where you have the ability to build, schedule your employees here in the Americas, Asia, and also in Europe as well. We can allocate rounding rules to it, work rules, call-in rules. We can ensure that each and every scheduling that's been built for the organization adopts and manages those local requirements with regards to how you build the shift to ensure you have the right people with the right skill sets are the right qualifications that are working at the right time in order to make sure that that shift is running at its most optimum efficiency with the correct workforce that you have available at that time and at that location. So what I want to share with you, which I think would be important to you, is with regards to our scheduling system, it has the ability to increase operational and management productivity with that automated scheduling system of up to 63% globally for you. It's a big
great.
number.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The other thing I want to touch upon as well is the absent management. So with regards to absent management, this is a critical part of any organization. And what Enterprise eTime will help you to do is make it easier to administer and enforce attendance policies, no matter how complex or varied or wide they may be. For example, with this system, you have the ability to track how people check in, check out, clock in, clock out, and then track the hours of work. That hours worked will then work with your collective bargaining agreements in order to build and accrue those vacation hours.
And they also, sorry to interrupt, can they also send notifications to their supervisors or managers?
Absolutely. No, great question. And that is critical because with regards to workforce, with regards to workflow management and authorization, it's critical. So when an individual makes a request for a vacation, that request goes to his manager, and then that manager will then authorize it, approve it or not approve it. If it needs to go to a third level, it has the ability to do so once again. Equally, when an individual is requesting that vacation, he may have enough hours accrued to have an entire vacation as paid, or it may be that he only has enough time accrued for 1 week's paid vacation and another week's unpaid vacation. So then through the workflow process, once again, that manager can then view what's paid, unpaid, and then approve or not approve or escalate for approval once again. Now the critical part of this, with regards to being able to track it at that level, is with regards to absent management, the average annual cost of unearned leave in the absence of automation, or for example a global time and attendance system, equals in and around $250 per employee per year.
Wow.
But look at it this way though, you have over 30,000 employees globally. 30,000 employees times that 250 is in excess of $7 million a year that you could be potentially leaking. That's a big number.
Wow.
Any other questions on that?
No. I think this information is great. I'm actually meeting with the CIO and CFO after this meeting.
Okay.
This would have been great information for that meeting.
Well, I'll tell you what I can do for you. I can actually send this to you now. So
Really?
you absolutely. So what I'll do, I'll just check this box here. So that's going to be off to you. What I can also do as well, I know we touched on some specific information with Scholastica. Would you also like me to send that information to you as well?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, I can do that. So let me go back to the home page. I'm just going to drill back down to Scholastica. And I think the 2 points would be pertinent for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but how we helped Scholastica, what the net result was. Would you like me to send those to you?
That'd be great.
Excellent. I'm just going to send that to you. And also, excellent, captured, great. I'm also going to send this one as well. And I think, within Scholastica, what probably the most powerful net result for them was with ADP is actually the end result. One common global platform. So I can send that to you now.
That'd be great.
Excellent. And actually, that should all be winging its way to your inbox right now.
Just wow! Already in my inbox.
Excellent. Joys of technology.
This is going to be fantastic for my meeting later on with the CFO and CIO.
Excellent. Oh, brilliant. Here's a thought based on that. ADP is an industry leader with regards to developing mutual business cases and also total cost of ownership studies. Based on you embarking on this global project, is that something that you and the C-suite would like to work with us on, and we can help you with that?
Perfect.
Brilliant. So what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, after today's meeting, perhaps you and I can confirm some dates and we'll get working on the total cost of ownership and business case. Is that okay?
Perfect.
Fantastic. Now, let's go back to today's agenda.